Greetings and blessings. Crawford Ashley here, the spiritual boxer, and I'm going to be talking about boxing again, as I always do. I'm going to be talking about me and my life story, I think. Been thinking about doing this for a while, but I don't know how it'll come across, so I'm just going to do a little bit, and if you want more, let me know. When I was 4, I heard my mother telling somebody in the shop that we owned that she never ever wanted me. I was 4 years of age, and I don't know how it affected me. I ain't got a clue. But I knew one thing: she could tell me what to do. And I got into trouble a lot. Could not behave, told what to do. What if, give us a clue, soon found out from back of mum's hand. That was it. I just couldn't behave. I didn't know what behaving was. I just did what I wanted to do. And I was 4. So like I said, I haven't got a clue what that made me. And I remember going to primary school, and I tried out for the choir, and they said I couldn't sing. So that was fine by me. I can't sing, so I'm not gonna sing. And then I got hit in assembly because I didn't sing. I've been told I can't sing, but you're telling me to sing now. And because I don't want to sing, you're hitting me. And that was kind of weird. And then I went to middle school, and this fucking teacher, man, hated him. I think I was 8 and 9, and me and my mates at the back of the class, and we were just messing about. And then the blackboard would come, boom. What are you doing, boys? No. No. There's no such word as no, boy. What are you doing? I sat kind of like looking around the classroom for some help. Nobody gives me, calls me out to the front. He takes out this slipper and starts whacking it, white pump, starts slapping it on his hand. What are you doing, boy? Kim said, no. Bend over, give me a whack on my ass. And I just, what was that for? I'm asking you what you're doing. So I shut my mouth and never said anything. He said, I'm waiting. I just shrugged my shoulders, bend over, whack. He hit me 6 fucking times before he said to me, it's nothing, boy. Fucking hell. I had this voice in there just said, why didn't you just tell me? You know what I mean? I've come to school to learn. I don't know something. Why did you just tell me? Why did you have to hit me? But that thing is, I never showed him, you know, that defiantness. Never showed him he hurt me. But I just didn't like him, man, from then on. And I just didn't like school. Hated school. Struggled with reading. My writing, I'm left-handed, and the one me right-handed, and I couldn't write right-handed, and I got in trouble for writing left-handed, so I just stopped writing. I'm getting in trouble for doing the best I can, so why should I even bother trying? And then I've gone to the amateur gym when I'm 7, and I've got people who are listening to my opinion. When we're watching sparring, Tommy used to say to me, what am I seeing? You know what I mean? This is the target area. If you land a punch on the target area with force, with the knuckle part of the glove, you score a point. Who's landing the most? How would you avoid them? So I'm getting an adult who's asking me my opinion when I'm 7 and 8. And my opinion means something to these people. And then I'm at school and I'm getting teachers telling me that my opinion don't matter. Who am I going to listen to? You know, I'm listening to a man who hit me 6 times because I didn't know something. And or am I going to listen to somebody who's guiding me and telling me. So I took more in from people who never forced anything. They let me come to my own conclusions and make up my own minds and my own decisions. And I remember being at high school and all I was called was prison fodder. So all I was prison fodder to them. And it was kind of weird because I kind of felt lucky because my form teacher after the second year, he was brilliant, Mr. Ingham. He used to set questions for Mensa. And I remember he asked me to read out loud. And like I said, I didn't care. I got up and I went, the big word, went to another big word, and that big word, he just went, sit down. Then when he called me up to him and he just asked me to read something outside of him, not in front of the whole class. And I tried to read it, and he just said, sit down. He never asked me to read again in front of the whole class. And then when we came to leaving school, he said to me, out of all the children he's ever taught, I'm the only one he don't have to worry about. And that was like, wow. And he used to teach at grammar school because round the high school was a grammar school 2 years before. It changed to that comprehensive. But, yeah, that was then. And then, like I said to somebody before, the only road work I ever did was running away from the police. Because the amount of times I got kidnapped off the streets, and people said, we need the police. No, we don't. I don't like fucking police. There's two types. There's policemen and there's police officers. Policemen are alright. We had a few of them. Foggy, Malcolm, community coppers, who basically got down and knew that we were all good kids. We just misunderstood. And then you've got police officers who think they've got authority over you. They haven't got no authority over you. And it's like, you'd get arrested. What for? Oh, you're looking dodgy, you're doing something wrong. What do you mean, doing something wrong? You're a suspect. Why? Because I'm black and I'm walking down my own fucking street. And that's what we got arrested for, being black and in the wrong area. So, when you see a copper, you're going to run. Because if you don't run, you're going to get arrested. And if you do run, you're going to get arrested for running. It was a catch-22 situation until the riots came, and that was a different story. But like I said, I was in a lot of trouble. I think I've gone off track anyway. But that's the part about how my mind works. It jumps all over the place and it's full of nonsense. So yeah, I'm just, because I've done my life story, but there's so much to go into it, and then putting it in chronological order, that's a different kind of headspace work, and I find that difficult. I find time difficult, and it's like I said, I'm like a big kid. I live in the now, I live in the moment. I don't think about what's gone on and what's behind, and my short-term memory is crap. Is that down to boxing, or is it just a part of who I am? I'm just in the middle, I'm just living the now. It's like being in a boxing ring. You get knocked down in the first round, you're in the fourth round now. Am I worried about being knocked down in the first round? No, I forgot about being knocked down in the first round. I mean, that's over and done with. I'm concentrating on what's happening now. And I think my brain's been trained that much to be in the now that it finds it difficult to work in this society. Because this society is always looking at the past or the future. It's not concentrating on this moment right now. And that's why I'm so kind of like good in the gym, training, because everything's about now when you're in there. You know what I mean? You're not bothered about anything else. It's like signs on the gym doors. Leave everything outside. When you come into the gym, it's just one thing, and that's boxing. All your worries, everything is left at the door. And I think that's a good thing about boxing. You have to be that focused when you go into the gym, that all your worries kind of like disappear. You know what I mean? You're frustrated, you're angry, you can punch your bag as hard as you want. You can get that frustration out. I have gone off track again. Anyway, if you'd be interested, let me know, because sometimes the interaction's crap, the stories are crap, but that's just a little bit of what kind of like makes me. Why I like to figure out things for myself. I have to think for myself. It's like in the boxing ring, somebody says to me, how I teach, if I'd have taught Canelo, would he been able to jab and move from the beginning? And I say, I teach them movement, teach balance. They've got to learn distance and timing. You can't teach that. You know, that's something that they pick up themselves. But you teach them the basics. You teach them the fact that if they're getting it, they're doing something wrong. So move. So get them moving. Then they've got to develop their own style that works for them. So I don't train anybody this way, this way, this way, this way. If you watch what I do, I get them skipping warmed up, because I think that's one of the best exercises to warm up. So why waste your time doing something else when you've got the best? Then I have them moving around the ring. It's like I say, in most gyms, some rings are very small. Bags are very close together. The kids have got no movement. And they say that you've got to plant your feet to get power in your shots. No, you don't. That's a misconception. That's a complete, total bollocks. Get them moving around the ring. Use the all of the ring, use the all of the floor, because the canvas sometimes is different and difficult to move on. So once you can get them moving round the ring, trying to get them moving the head out of the way, then have them throwing punches. And like I say, if you get them throwing punches going backwards first, it's stopping the advance of somebody. So it's one of the best defences, box on the back foot. Get them to work the jab. Off the back foot, boom, jab, move, jab, move, jab, move. Get them just throwing punches, that's just shadow boxing. And then when you want to take them on the pads, then you work on the technique of throwing the punches, how the hips and how the body mechanics move, how the floor interacts with you. Because the power comes from the floor in a lot of cases, but in a few, the ones who know how to do it, they can generate power from anywhere. That's what I'm saying about this flow system. And it's getting them to realise that boxing is a self-defence, first and foremost. And getting them to work on the defence. If you look at some of the greatest boxers of all times, they've all been counter-punchers. If you look at Mike Tyson in his very beginning, he was a counter-puncher. He'd do a little slip, draw a lead, and then counter-punch with 3 or 4 punches. You know? You're opening up. It's like I was talking to somebody the other day about martial arts. And in all martial arts, if you put which one's the best one, that's easy to say. Because to me, it's the one who leads off, the one who's attacking is the one who's going to lose. So whichever martial art you're involved in, if you're the one who's waiting, because it's a self-defense, you've got to wait, then make the move, then you counter it. You know? That's how it goes. So become a counter puncher, work on your defense. You want to work on it. You want to learn how to ride a punch. You know, that's taking this thing out of it so your head don't jerk. Been reading Tris Dixon's book Damage, and we're all going to come out of it taking punches. And the one thing I never was involved in was hard sparring. And I sparred all over. I sparred in London, sparred with a lot of different types of fighters, even champions. Me personally, I wasn't involved in an hard spar. They might have been, I wasn't. Because I knew how to take care of myself, I knew how to defend myself. I remember going over to Holland and I was sparring with Alex Blanchard. And in the first round, his trainer asked me to go forward, so I kept going in, and as I kept going in, I kept getting caught. My head says, fuck this shit, man. I went on my back foot and just started jabbing him. And there was another guy there, there was Alex Blanchard, his trainer, this guy, and the guy who drove me, who was like my translator. And I was staying at his house. And this guy was saying, links, 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 links. And I didn't understand what he was saying, I was just boxing. And then after the break, there's an argument going on between the trainer and this bloke who's suited and booted. And Alex, and then round 2 comes out. He's telling me to go forward. My head's telling me to box his head off. So I box his head off for the next 3 rounds. I get out of the ring. And the guy I was with when I got changed says to me that the man in the suit told him that I'm not a punch bag and to use me for what I want. You know what I mean? You can get any punch bag but use me for my boxing. Then I never seen him for that all week, and at the end of it he paid me short because he couldn't beat me up. And that's how these people want, the bullies, they want to beat people up, and it's like, I'm not interested in that. When I'm in a gym and I'm sparring, it's about learning. You know, you don't get your hand raised at the end of the sparring. You haven't won anything at the end of the sparring. So why are you sparring so hard? You know what I mean? You're not learning anything because you're frightened to try something in case you get your head taken off. You know, sparring's not like that. Sparring's where you're supposed to try things, work on your weaknesses to try and get them better without getting your head taken off. Too many hard spars, man. It shortens a fighter's career, shortens a fighter's lifespan. Anyway, I talked about boxing. I talked about a little bit about my life. If you like it, please subscribe, comment below, man. You know, that's it. I'm coming up to my 58th birthday on the 20th of May. And if you want to get me something, you can drop something in my PayPal account, which is thechillin9@gmail. It's a bit sad, is that? But anyway, till next time, I hope you've enjoyed it. Bye.